Temporal Forces booster boxes are about to be a very good play to make on the Pokemon Center website. Now, Temporal Forces, I feel like, isn't in a bit of a weird situation because, from sets 1 to 4 in Scarlet and Violet, I think everyone has sort of agreed, and what we've heard, from people that have distributors, that basically those sets are pretty much not going to get reprinted as it seems. And like I said, it's 1 through 4 where people are saying that. Temporal Forces is the fifth set. So it is kind of, in that realm of it can still get reprinted. I mean, technically anything can still get reprinted. But the fact that, it's 1 through 4 that everyone has agreed on and it leaves out Temporal Forces, will this get some sort of big or decent reprint that does anything to the prices? Who really knows? At this point, with all of these new sets coming out, everybody getting mad at prices, it seems like Pokemon is most likely going to, use their printing power to print the high in demand stuff, not really older things. It's very possible Temporal Forces does get a reprint maybe, but it just doesn't seem that likely as of right now. And, it's just, I feel like there would be no reason for Pokemon to do that sort of thing. When all the tension's on the new stuff, everybody's complaining about the new stuff. I don't think anybody is really complaining about Temporal. Now, in some time, maybe when this market does cool down, Temporal Forces maybe gets a reprint then, and when they have time to reprint older stuff. But I feel like other than that, I can't really see Temporal getting reprinted anytime soon. So let me know down in the comments what you think about that. Do you think Temporal Forces is going to be one of those sets that maybe Pokemon just skips printing more of? And even if they do print more, I mean, we've seen, reprints of like sets like Paldea and Obsidian where it's literally done nothing. Maybe something like that comes with Temporal, but other than that, like it's in a weird spot. That's all I have to say. But besides that, the reason why I bring up, Temporal Forces booster boxes on the Pokemon Center website, why they're about to be a play, is what I'm seeing here with TCG Player. And, when we go on TCG Player, let's just go right now. You can see market price is exactly MSRP, but that's not even what I'm trying to get at here. If you look at where this box is going, it's going to be over MSRP very soon. So you can see here, you can see some listings that are basically at MSRP, right? We have a listing here that has 11 boxes. We have a listing here that has 16 and one that has 16 here. So you're like, okay, what are you saying? I mean, there's a ton of MSRP. It's going to be here forever. But not really, because if you look past these listings, this quickly jumps. I mean, quickly. So I guess first I should show you guys the sales, volume. Let's just take like a week of sales volume. So let's go look from like this date and onwards. So 5, 6, 15, 19, 26, 31, 42. So about 50 boxes sell in a week. And obviously some weeks here more sold, but at least in the past week, like 50 boxes sold, okay? So, in a week, obviously if no more gets listed, these will all be gone, right? All the ones at MSRP. That's if, sales volume doesn't increase or decrease. Now, when you look past these, which is not that many, right? In about a week, if nothing else gets listed, these will sell out. I want to show you guys how quickly this jumps to 200. You can see here, you have a couple boxes, a little bit above MSRP. There's a few boxes here. This is about like 10 boxes right here, 15. And then it's about 20 boxes and it hits 180. Only 20 boxes. You go to the next page. You can see how quickly here we get to 200 bucks. And you can see, look at the volume, guys. The amount of product at these prices, there's not that much. This can all get sold out in a few days. This quickly jumps to 200. Very quickly. Once, these get cleared out right here that I showed you, it's going to quickly get above, MSRP and start reaching 200. Now, when this happens, right, and I'm just making this video now because I feel like it's going to happen maybe, I don't know, in a few weeks from now, this is going to be an extremely, sought after and talked about play. Because we saw with Twilight Masquerade booster boxes, they were just under MSRP for a very long time. I think we all know, like, Twilight had its period where it was actually going down in price. It reached like 140s from being like at pretty much MSRP, and then it started going up. And when Twilight Masquerade booster boxes were above MSRP, everybody was talking about that booster box on the Pokemon Center website being a play to buy it. The same thing's gonna happen here because, like I showed you guys, it's gonna reach above MSRP and go towards 200 extremely fast. So I'm just letting you guys know about this play before it happens, so you guys can maybe, if you want to keep an eye on this. I mean, I feel like it's going to move up very quickly, and if you do want to buy a case just ahead of time, because buying from Pokemon Center, even though you can still buy in quantities of 6, which is a case quantity, it's not always guaranteed you get sealed cases. There are times where I see people, they get cases that are open. You get your, I guess, your order form, whatever, inside of the case, so they open up the case. Some times they do put the I guess order form like on the side of the case, and they kind of tape it up. It's not always guaranteed get sealed cases, so if you do want one, you can actually go on TCG Player, and this is like exactly MSRP, exact same price, actually a little bit less, but pretty much the exact same price you're going to pay on the Pokemon Center. And here, obviously, it's a case listing. Will they double box? You obviously would have to message the person. I'm not sure if all these places do that, but you can buy a case for 100%, just basically MSRP. Now, when you look at the cards inside of Temporal Forces, I've always said this. I feel like this has always been a good set. It hasn't been, I guess, the spotlight set, because it hasn't had that huge chase card. Doesn't have a $200-300 chase card. But I feel like overall this set, it's a pretty deep set, but in my opinion, it's pretty undervalued. I feel like the cards in time, when the set gets older, and I feel like this is going to age extremely well, because when you look just at the artworks of these cards, like, especially, I don't know, the Iron Crown, just all these artworks, in my opinion, are really, really good. I really feel like this Iron Leaves is very undervalued, but all these cards I see in the future, even though right now, I mean, they're decently expensive, but they're not like $200-300 cards. I see some of these going up in the future. Like, just in general, like this set, it's not, I guess you could say, a super standout one in any way, because it doesn't have that top chase card. But overall, right now, I feel like it's underpriced for what it is. And I feel like in the future, when prices start to move up, I think people will start looking at these cards more, because, like I said, I feel like this is pretty cheap, and I see a very bright future for the set. And yeah, I think this is going to be a set that you're probably going to want in the future. Just as of right now, it's not being talked about a lot, because it's slowly like growing, and slowly supply is drying up, and we are about to be above MSRP here very soon. And when that happens, we all know, when things go above MSRP, people will start talking about this product on the Pokemon Center website. And when this sells out, it's possible we could see these prices move like extremely fast. Now, Twilight Masquerade, even though they are sold out, the booster boxes on Pokemon Center website, I think right now in TCG Player they're going for around like high 170s. So it's not like that expensive, even though it did sell out for MSRP. But for Temporal Forces, I think there were a lot more listings for Twilight Masquerade booster boxes, because just at the time no one really cared about the set. But it quickly jumps. So it is possible, maybe when it does hit around MSRP or whatever, and maybe it does sell out, maybe we'll see some stagnation, because maybe people will then sell some of their boxes. But other than that, it's just going to jump so quickly here, and based on the supply I'm seeing and the amount of sales, I just want to let you guys know about this play that I feel like is going to be talked about here very soon, when this starts to go more higher above MSRP, because right now it is just sitting at MSRP. So yeah, just want to talk about this. I don't think a lot of people are talking about a lot of the like middle sets, like Paradox. I still think Paradox, I mean, still under MSRP. That's probably not that bad of a buy. But Temporal, since I mean, I've always said this, I do believe Temporal is a better set. I know that's opinionated, but I do think Temporal is going to age better than Paradox. So for that reasoning, I think when Temporal, in the long run, it will do better, and when this goes above higher MSRP, this will be a very sought after play. So yeah, that's all I want to talk about today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about Temporal. Do you think Temporal is better or Paradox? Because I know a lot of people compare those sets. It's just, I don't know, I guess exactly why, but maybe because, I don't know, they're both just kind of deep sets in a way, because they have a lot of, double-digit cards, but none of them have, like, super expensive cards. Maybe that's the reason why, but they always get compared. But yeah, this ends this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.